Oh my. Hmm. Well, all right. So this is gonna get to be a bit of a brutal rampage. So I think it's better if we just get really brutally honest up front. Is Kelli Copter an attractive woman? Well, what is beauty? What is attraction? Do I think she's attractive? I think she's attractive. I mean, she's not super beautiful British top model, but she looks fine. Is she very talented? I would say off the bat, yeah, her editing is really very well done. So the editing skills she has are pretty phenomenal. I'm definitely jealous of her there. I'm going to be totally straight up there. Her editing is way better than mine. Is she a person of integrity in denouncing cults? No, she's not, and we're going to prove it. And we mean prove beyond definitive doubt. Any doubt you have that this woman's a liar or a grifter, no, she's one of the biggest liars and grifters in the SPTV land, and that's pretty impressive given how corrupt and awful it's gotten. So, what is Kelli up to? And let me be very brutally clear with DOA. And this is a raw video, so I'm not going to do, sorry for that little flub. I'm very suspicious of DOA. I've done many videos critical of DOA. Unlike Kelli, because now Kelli's very critical of DOA. I'm very disturbed about that DOA. Wow, really? We cannot tell from you YouTube, because the only thing you've been critical in terms of your criticism is applying a copyright strike. Oh, by the way, the content she's flagging for oh, you're disturbing my copyrights was 4 months ago. But now magically we have a copyright crisis. Why didn't you do this 4 months ago if the issue was copyright? Oh, I don't know. Could it be the Aaron cult? Well, how does a cult work? Some cults are very high control, they control everything. Then there's medium control. Kelli, those exist, medium control cults. So anyway, so she's applying a copyright strike. And listen, I'm very brutal and critical of DOA, but I do suspect that they are violating the terms of service and basically trying to brigade a channel, which you cannot do. You should not be doing that. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. So for the sake of intellectual property, Kelli is trying to destroy DOA. All right, well, DOA is a grown adult, and I think Kelli's definitely lying about it's my YouTube and my intellectual properties. I have a responsibility for the copyrights in Taylor Swift. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't believe you. But now we're getting into the land of contradiction. So she says that DOA is very dangerous because of his recent actions that got him arrested. Okay, those actions span now almost a whole year. Kelli, to my mind, has not done a single post, a single video, or anything critical of those activities at all. So if you're so critical of DOA and so worried about his danger and threat to the community, I find it strange for a woman who allegedly does videos on the evil effect of cults, right, like Scientology and other cults, right? So don't play the trick. Oh, well, so Scientology. No. She does other cults too. Alleged other cults, because one of the videos, which really made me angry, and I'm like, wow, you have no integrity at all. She's attacking a radical left group as a cult. I never heard of this group. Now, to be fair, most of my research has been on the radical right. I have studied the radical left, though. So I have studied in depth, and I'm talking in depth, like original writings, letters, the whole thing. So I've studied Malcolm X, studied Che Guevara, I've studied communist movements, anarchist movements, radical left movements, radical feminist movements, radical queer movements. I never heard of this group. I never heard of this group at all. And believe me, I am sympathetic to the radical left. I don't consider myself a radical leftist, but I do have a lot of sympathy for the radical left. So my bias is actually on their side. However, I can be very critical of some of their insanities of, to this day, still praising Pol Pot or Mao or Lenin or Trotsky. The cults on the left do exist. And, we have to admit, Noam Chomsky has a bit of a cult too. I'm very critical of him. I never even heard of this group. And she's labeling it a woke cult. Does she not know what woke is? Is she totally that stupid? So she's embracing every cringe position you can imagine. Racism, stupidity, intellectual incoherence. And then she has the audacity to say, this has nothing to do with Aaron Smith-Levin. And in the post explaining her actions, she says, I am very disturbed that DOA disrupted LA Commissioner's meeting. Oh, you know who was at that meeting? Aaron Smith-Levin. And how was DOA disruptive? He shouted at Aaron, for being abusive to women. Now, unless Kelli has radically changed her gender, she's a woman. And by the way, DOA was correct. In fact, it's so corrupt and incredible and insane that the woman Aaron abused, yes, she was there, Jenna. And after Aaron was shouted at by DOA, you know what Jenna did? Oh, she rubbed Aaron's body and said, "Oh, you poor dear." So, and by the way, the LA commissioners thing was a complete joke. It was just a lot of silly propaganda. But hey, unlike Kelli, I will be fair and reasonable. It's like, okay, they raised alarming information that might be true about Scientology. I'd like some actual evidence, but hey, with SPTV people, evidence is not ever going to be given to you. But okay, whatever. So they notified us a very disturbing episode that allegedly occurred in Scientology, although, because they're not good at propaganda, they don't seem to notice, like, wait a minute, if you are correct, what you're saying is some people in Scientology were calling out abuse in Scientology and even threatened the Scientologist with legal action. So it's like, you're actually showing the good side of the cult. But anyway, who cares about intellectual consistency, basic logic, or, hey, doing even minimally good propaganda? None of those things matter anymore. So Kelli's lying, Kelli's a fraud, Kelli's a grifter, and Kelli can't even use basic concepts correctly because I don't think she knows what the radical left is. I don't think she knows what woke is. I don't think she knows what a cult is. But hey, she's very pretty. She's good at editing. But I will also note the insane deceptiveness of saying, some people say me and the YouTuber Aaron Smith-Levin are the YouTuber Aaron Smith-Levin. The YouTuber, is that how you're describing him? Oh, here's another description. By the way, don't believe me. You can Google this in 3 seconds. There are photos of you together. There are photos of you smiling together. I think in one photo, your cheek is next to his. Right? Didn't you go to that beer party? Didn't you hang out in Florida together? There are entire videos of you going to Florida to meet Aaron. There are photos and videos of you and Jenna hanging out together. And now Aaron is the YouTuber Aaron Smith-Levin in the US. I'm Kelli Copter. I am in the UK. Please stop tying us together. I have a separate corporation from Mr. Aaron Smith-Levin. I am defending my intellectual property. Let's stop playing these games. Okay? You are friends with Aaron and Jenna. And when Jenna came out months ago exposing Aaron's abuse, it created a massive crisis. And you know what Kelli did? She sang a song. She didn't try to destroy Aaron's channel. She didn't do any protest. She didn't do anything. She just, I'm going to sing a song. Aaron, I'm very disturbed. You might lose your power. I will sing about you may lose your power. Right. But DOA, this DOA is very disturbing to me. These acts of abuse are very disturbing to Kelli Copter and the Kelli Copter Corporation. Right. In the actions of the Aaron Smith-Levin Corporation. The Aaron Smith-Levin Corporation is its own corporation. Have we had social meetings? Yes, I cannot deny it. But those meetings were months ago. Oh, I guess you were play acting? You really didn't want to be there? Did Aaron mind control you? Because when you were hugging him, and you were, touching his body, and touching Jenna's body, and hanging out and laughing, and taking the beer and eating the food? What, that was all play acting? That was a corporate meeting? It was a very serious meeting of one corporation and another corporation. It was all very friendly. But the Aaron Smith-Levin has had no intercourse or intervention with the Kelli Copter Corporation. Well, let's be fair. I don't know if Kelli Copter has been romantic or erotics or whatever with Aaron. But given Aaron's track record, suspicious minds might think, and to be fair, it might be totally financial, right? I mean, Aaron does that too. He just buys women, literally. So maybe Kelli just was bought off. You're a good-looking woman, Kelli, and I need you. So, please accept this generous donation for reasons. Although, to be fair, Kelli's also friends with Marilyn, who's a moderator for Aaron. And Marilyn thinks that, delusionally, she's Kelli's mother or something. But we're back to YouTuber Aaron Smith-Levin. Oh, the YouTuber. Oh, more like close friend to my other friend, Marilyn. Oh, but maybe we're not friends anymore. Maybe we've gone back to being just corporate allies in the corporate industry of SPTV foundations. Well, okay. So, to recap, Kelli's a fraud. Kelli's misleading people, but that's Kelli being Kelli. So in other words, Kelli is being Kelli for another day. And there we are.